and be in health. You know, originally we were not supposed to die. Even after Adam sinned. According to Genesis chapter 5 verse 5, Genesis 5 verse 5, he was here around for 930 years. He didn't die young. As a matter of fact, by the time you get to Genesis chapter 5 verse 25, Genesis 5 verse 25, there is one man called Methuselah. He lived until he was 969 years old. It wasn't in the plan of God that we should die. As a matter of fact, it was out of compassion for us after we fell that he drove man out of the garden. So if we leave him here in his fallen state now, and he should pick the fruit of the tree of life, then he will have to live forever in his wretched state. So we better protect him from that. But then as man continued to do what they like, disobeying God and so on, then people began to die. For example, Abraham lived for 375 years before he died. Isaac lived for 180 years. You see the gap between father and son? Jacob lived for 147 years. I decided I will give you that one as homework. Go and find out. And by the time we got to Moses, when you live to be 120 years and you are still strong, that is considered strange. The plan of God is not that you should die. So he is not in a hurry to take you home. So I want to decree, and I want you to agree with that decree. You will not die before your time. Thank you, Father. I want you to shake hands with one or two people and say, welcome to a new season of joy. And God asked me to tell somebody, listen to me now. He said, all the obstacles against you will crack one by one. You will notice that when the Lord Jesus Christ was here on earth, everywhere he encountered death, he reversed the situation. The daughter of Jairus, the son of the widow of Nain, and John. His friend that we read about in John chapter 11. He will just look at death as if it is nothing. But then we spoiled the atmosphere by the way we had deviated from him. And since I told you, like I showed you yesterday during Holy Communion, since one of his main priorities is restoration, everywhere where we had deviated that brought us closer to death than we should be, God will restore us. And I want to decree in the name that's above every other name, all your Lazarus will rise again. I'm almost closing because I'm about to get to the section that my daughter had already cleared for us. Because what he said is, I wish above all things. Thank you, Father. Daddy wants me to tell you a story. And the story is a story some of you have heard before, but please wait and listen to what he wants to say at the end. Years ago, I went to Nsukka to go and mark scripts for WAEC. We used the university as a marking point. So we finished marking. It was time to come back home, and I crossed over to Asaba, thinking that when I get to Asaba there, I'll be able to find somebody who will give me a lift to Lagos. So I stood by the highway, and every vehicle that I waved at, they just ignored me and zoomed off. Then there was this Mercedes-Benz car, brand new. I think they call it a Obokwe in those days. Beautiful, and I thought, this one is not going to wait for anybody. So even though I raised my hand, I didn't wave it down. So it just zoomed off. But all of a sudden, it stopped. And he reversed, or back up, like they say in America, to where I was standing. He said, "You want a lift?" I said, "Yes, sir." "Where are you going?" "Lagos." I said, "Get in." "Yes, sir." There was somebody sitting with him in front. And so the side of the road that was next to me, he was driving. The side of the road that was next to me is what we call the owner's corner. So I opened the car, my little bag, I put it inside the car. I'm fully air conditioned. So I sat down in the owner's corner. And the way he was talking to his friend, and they just ignored me. And they were talking, you could see these are people just from America. Anyway, so we got to Lagos, and we got to a petrol station in Ikeja. And he said, "Excuse me, I need to fill up at the gas station here." I said, "Yes, sir." We're already in Lagos, sir. You've tried." He said, "No, I'm going to take you home." I mean, I was thinking, you drop me at the petrol station, that's what you call gas station. I will find a taxi to Surulere. He filled the tank and drove me all the way to Surulere, where I live, before he said, bye now. The Lord asked me to tell somebody. He said, I've started helping you. I will help you to the end. I wish above all things that you prosper. You are not going to die poor. And be in health. From now, every plant God has not planted in you shall be uprooted. But now he added, as your soul prospers. My daughter said, put God first in everything you do. Put him first and leave the rest to him. And how do you put God first? Simple word. I've told you before, holiness is another word for obedience. It's very simple. The trouble comes because you want to reason things out. You want to understand, how can God do it? How can he solve my problem? How can he pay my debt? Oh God. Why are you making life difficult for yourself? Stand up. Yes, Lord. Sit down. Yes, Lord. Pray. Yes, Lord. Witness. Yes, Lord. Fast. Yes, Lord. Stop asking questions. The last time I asked us to fast 100 days, and some people were calling me stupid, and I had an opportunity to explain to some people that the first time God asked us to fast for 100 days, this is the result. Then some 10 years later, he asked us to fast for another 100 days, and this is what followed. So the third time he asked us to fast for 100 days, I'm already getting ready for marvelous things he's about to do. I said, the question you should be asking is not why I'm being asked to call my people out to fast. The question you should be asking is, why is it you are the only one that is always asking to do that? I said, if you have asked that question, I would have told you, because he knows that we are the people who are stupid enough to obey. Because the first time he asked us to fast for 100 days, I didn't know anybody, nobody knew me. It was a time of the military. There was a change in government, and the government decided to change many of the ambassadors, and they appointed 37 new ambassadors. And out of the 37, 29 of them happened to be members of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. These people got to where they were sent, some very far away places and so on and so forth. They got there were no churches there of Redeemed. They started one. Because they were ambassadors, it was easy for them to start. And people who are around me, who are my friends, then say, what kind of fellow are you? You can't even share. I'm not the one who chose the people, but I was the only one who fasted 100 days. Fast 100 days. We did. He took the church to an additional 29 nations. So if he asked me to fast a whole year so that he can cover the whole world with the Redeemed Christian Church of God, you think I won't fast? You want God to demonstrate how great he can be to you? Why don't you learn to say, yes, Lord? Let them call you stupid. Be stupid and prosper. Be stupid and be healthy. Be stupid and obtain favor with God.